I can't believe they actually did it. The Toronto Maple Leafs actually fired Mike Babcock. Now, a lot of Leafs fans have been calling for this for a very long time, even going back to their first round exit against Boston last year, and talks about it have especially heated up over the start to this season because the Leafs haven't really been that good whatsoever. So I found out from the Leafs PR Twitter account, and they said the Toronto Maple Leafs president and alternate governor Brendan Shanahan announced today that Mike Babcock has been relieved of his coaching duties and Sheldon Keefe has been named the club's new head coach. Now, I don't know too much about Sheldon Keefe, or if that's even how you pronounce his name, but I do know he has been the Toronto Marlies head coach since 2015, I believe, and the Marlies have been one of the better farm systems in the NHL, so obviously he's definitely a good guy to replace Babcock. And honestly, this is some pretty shocking news, even though we should have saw it coming, because a couple days ago they said Babcock's job was safe, and it's just pretty crazy that now just a few days later he has finally been fired by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Me personally, I didn't think Babcock was the complete problem here in Toronto, and I don't think just because they fired him they're gonna go back to being one of the better teams in the NHL. I definitely think it is a process, but this is a move that honestly did have to happen. This team is way too talented to be playing as poorly as they have been basically since midway through last season. They haven't been very good, back-to-back first-round exits, and I guess this 6-game losing streak that they're on and their bad start to the season just put Leafs management over the edge and ultimately led to them deciding to fire Mike Babcock. And it is pretty crazy to think, what if Fleury didn't make that unbelievable save in last night's game where he robbed Nick Patan of the game-tying goal, and what if the Leafs went on to tie that game and then win in overtime? Mike Babcock would probably still have his job today. The NHL is just so crazy, and obviously when a team is struggling, a lot of people are going to point to the coach, and that is exactly what has been happening in Toronto, not just over the past couple of weeks, but really ever since midway through last season. It's really going to be interesting to see how the Toronto Maple Leafs respond to this and how they play over their next couple of games. I'm sure if they win their next 3 games or 3 out of the next 4, something like that, a lot of people are going to say Mike Babcock was the problem here. But if Toronto continues to lose, and I definitely think that is a possibility, because like I said, I don't think this is just going to immediately change everything. I think Kyle Dubas is going to start to shoulder a lot of that blame, because again, Kyle Dubas is the one that put this team together. He was able to give out so much money to guys like Nylander, Marner, and Matthews and keep that young core together and bring in a guy like John Tavares, but wasn't able to get a reliable backup goaltender for this team, and that definitely has been another topic of discussion in Leafland over the past couple of weeks too. So that's all I really have to say on this. There isn't really too much to talk about. We're really just gonna have to wait and see what happens, and wait and see how the Toronto Maple Leafs actually perform in their next couple of games. And as far as Mike Babcock goes, I really can't see him staying unemployed too long. Make sure to let me know down in the comment section below, what do you think the future holds for Mike Babcock? And if you are a fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs, make sure to let me know down in the comments, how do you feel about this? Do you think it was the right move? Do you think it was the wrong move? Obviously, I think a lot of Leafs fans are going to be happy about it. Whether you like Mike Babcock or not, something did have to give. Like I said multiple times through the video, a team this talented couldn't just continue to lose the way they have been. So that is going to do it for this video on Mike Babcock. Now, when this news dropped, I was in the middle of making another video. I am going to upload that shortly after this, so look out for a double upload today. And again, make sure to let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below on what you think the future holds for the Leafs and what you think it holds for Mike Babcock too. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel for daily NHL content, and I will see you guys all in the next video.